What's up, guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Cello the Fashion Fairy. If you're stopping by for the first time, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back. So if you want to learn how I made this beautiful gown, definitely keep watching. See you in my tutorial. And oh, if you're a new subscriber, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell. See you in class. I'm gonna make something great. So for this tutorial, we'll be needing the following measurements. I already got this written down, so I'll be looking at it from time to time in order to make this pattern. So guys, if you've not watched a detailed tutorial on how I construct my basic bodice pattern, kindly go back to my video and watch it so that you will understand the process. I decided to speed this up because I already dedicated a full video to this before. So guys, for an off-shoulder bodice, which is what I'm trying to create, I'm going to be removing 5 inches all the way from that shoulder point to the 5-inch mark. Since this is an off-shoulder, you can choose between 3 to 5 to form your off-shoulder at this point. So because I wanted it to really fall, I used 5 inches. So the next step is to divide my shoulder measurements by 2. I got this wrong the first time, and you will see where I corrected it. But what you're expected to do at this point is to measure the line and divide it equally like this. So once you mark that midpoint, I'm going to be using my ruler to connect it all the way to that dot right there, and I will do the same for the front as well. So in order for us to tighten our upper bust, we're going to be introducing a dart, and we're going to be removing as much as 2 inches from this part. And on this line, I'll be marking 1 inch to my left and also 1 inch to my right, and just to make sure I have a chest line of 6 inches at the end of the day. So removing 2 inches from here actually makes this the upper part to fit, to be a bit snugly. So for this part, we're going to be using a slight curve to connect it all the way to my bust measurement on that chest line. So this is me going in with my marker pen to make sure I highlight these points well so that you understand exactly what I am talking about. So guys, at this point, if you are lost on how I got to this point, kindly pause this video and refer to my bodice pattern measurements. I have actually done 2 videos on this, so this is just me building from that point on that knowledge I already released earlier. So guys, do well to watch this before you continue with this. So on that line as well, I took 1 inch from that dot and I highlighted it like so, and I'm going to be showing you the alterations that I'll be making to this much later in this video. So going in with my tape, I'm just measuring exactly what I have left after taking out the dart, and I had about 6 inches left. So I need to make sure that I have what I need for the back. So 6 inches plus ½ inch for the sewing allowance is 6.5. So make sure that whatever measurements you have for the front is also what you have for the back as well. So you can see that I already tightened it, so I decided to add my zipper allowance to this immediately so that it is easier for me to cut this once I place it on the fabric. So you can choose to do this on your fabric if you don't want to take this step as I already did. So this is me going in with my tape roll, and I'm adding 1/2 inch at this point, and this will be my sewing allowance for that point as well. I'll also be doing this to my front. So I have a bust dart of 2.5 inches, which I just marked here, and I'm shading this part just to show you that we'll be getting rid of all these parts, and for the back as well, for the lower and the upper darts. Going in with my tape roll, I just wanted to confirm the 1/2 length to make sure that I'm not losing any fabric or any measurement at this point. So you go ahead and label your patterns just to make it easy for you to know which is which. I don't need to do this, but for clarity's sake, I'm just going to show you which is which so that you don't get confused. So guys, for my under bust tightening, I measured my under bust, divided it by 4, and then measured what I had on the pattern and realized I had an excess of 1.5. And from that dart leg, the middle dart leg, I marked 1 inch on this side, and I marked 1.5 inch on the other side. So when you measure your under bust, make sure you measure it tightly, divide it by 4, and the figure that you get is what you are going to be measuring on that line, and whatever excess you have is what you're going to be using to contour your under bust. If you do this, this is a game changer, guys. If you do this right, your bustier will always look So going in with my scissors, I'm going to be closing my bust dart. So the first thing I do is to cut this part open, and I'm going to cut off the dart at this middle point. So once I cut it out, it's going to give me enough room to close my dart. So note that I did not cut out the side well, because I wanted to close this dart first, and then I will realign the sides before I cut it off. So using my gum, I just made sure I placed this on that line. You can see the irregularity there, so I'm going to be using my curve to be truing the sides. Yes, this is what it's called truing. So I'll be truing the sides like so, and this is what I'll be needing for this. So that line is the line that I'll cut off. So looking at this bust point, you will see that it's a bit pointy, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to stop that. So this is the center front, that is the side front, and then for that pointy part, I'm going to be showing you how to remove excess at that point. So I'm just going to use my pencil to smoothen it out like so, and then going in with my scissors, I'm going to cut off that pointy part, and this is now what it looks like. So with this, you are covered, it's not going to be pointy. So I'm done with my front. Every other sewing allowances will be added directly on the fabric as I cut, and for the back, it's pretty simple. I'm just cutting off all the darts. So these are the patterns I'm working with, and these are the allowances that I'll be adding to the fabric as I cut. Feel free to add any allowance that you are comfortable with. As for me, these are the allowances I'll be working with. So I'm just going to place this side by side to make sure that the sides match perfectly, which they do. And then I'm aligning all the darts to make sure I don't have to do it. So for the skirt pattern, I already have a video of this on my channel. This is just me telling you that I'll be using this skirt pattern, which I already drafted to do the rest of this gown. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be releasing another video of how I made this and how I was able to achieve this. So this is just a sneak peek, and I cannot wait to see you in class to show you how I achieved this using our pattern. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.